to talk about this story, guys. Did you guys hear about the story that happened in California? And the reason why I think it's so ironic because it involves a married couple who are both doctors. You would think doctors would behave properly even at home, but these stories these days have just never ceased to surprise me. So there's this doctor. She is a California dermatologist. And she appears to be a very toxic woman. She was very abusive to her children and abusive to her husband. And so basically, the husband's also a doctor. And for a couple months now, he has been very sick. He didn't know why he was sick. He had went to his doctor. He had ulcers and all these health problems. And he was wondering where in the world were all these health complications that just arose out of nowhere. So he started thinking, what's going on? Then, as he's drinking his lemonade, he notices, because that's like his favorite drink. He drinks a lot of lemonade. He's drinking his lemonade and he notices there's like this kind of chemical taste to the lemonade. And he's like, that's kind of odd. And he puts two and two together. He's like, I have these odd health complications. I'm getting all these ulcers and I'm tasting this chemical like lemonade. And I have this very abusive wife. What if this woman's poisoning me? So he goes, sets up some cameras in his house, and boy, oh boy, look what he sees. 3 different incidents. He sees this crazy woman who is actually a doctor, which this is crazy, guys, a profession doing this. You would think she would behave better. He sees her on 3 different occasions pouring Drano into his lemonade and then putting it back in the fridge as if nothing ever happened. And she was not even looking over her shoulder to see if anyone would come in. She just did it so boldly, like as if she was just like matter of fact, So this story is crazy. It just, oh my God, I had to talk about it, guys, because I'm like, this is crazy. So more details have emerged in a case of a California dermatologist who allegedly poisoned her husband by pouring Drano into his lemonade. And you have to wonder how long she had been doing this because this guy had been experiencing all these health problems that probably are irreversible at this point. Very sad. So Jack Chen, the husband of a Irvine doctor, Emily Yu. That's crazy. These are both doctors too. He's a doctor also. That's what makes the case so wild, is that these are professions. Reported to police last week that he believed he was being poisoned by his wife after he grew ill over the course of several months. He also provided authorities with video evidence allegedly taken from hidden cameras he had installed in their Irvine home. Yu was arrested August 4th. Good. Just after 6 p.m., Irvine police detectives interviewed the suspect, who is a 45-year-old Dr. Yu, and served a search warrant at the home she shares with the victim. Police said in a statement, this is wild, guys. This story is insane. So she was trying to kill him. She was trying to take this man out. That is sad. I'm so glad he figured it out, though. Yu was arrested for poisoning her husband and booked at Orange County Jail. Chen's lawyers have now shared stills that they say were taken from those cameras. Screen grabs of footage allegedly show Yu with a bottle of Drano in their kitchen, you guys. Oh my gosh. Imagine someone you trust and you love and you married, you said your vows with, you had children with, you sleep in the bed with every night. They cook you your meals and this person is out to kill you. That's crazy, guys. Just crazy. Another still shows Chen drinking from a cup. Yu's lawyers have denied all allegations. This is the funny part about it, you guys. This doctor, the woman who poured the Drano, she has the audacity, you guys, to deny it, claiming it's a lie and she's innocent, when there is camera footage of her going down into the cabinet, picking up the Drano with the photo of her pouring it into the lemonade. And she has the nerve to deny it with actual camera footage. These people, I don't get it. You're a doctor, woman. You are educated and you think in your clear mind that you're going to be able to prove that you're innocent with an actual camera. What are you going to say? Are you going to say you poured water into the Drano container? Make it make sense, you guys. She tried to kill him. That's what Chin's lawyer states and alleges. She takes up the bottle, she pours it in, puts the cap back on, puts it back into the sink. Very calm and very methodical. That is evil. That just really teaches you guys all a lesson, all of us a lesson, that we have to be careful. Even those people we think that love us and care about us, you never know who is really lurking behind to try to take your life or harm you. I mean, this is someone he trusted. This was the mother of his children, and it's sad she was trying to kill him. That's so sad. Chin claims he had been feeling ill as March and April. Dang, so I believe if he started feeling ill back in March, she was already pouring this Drano in his lemonade for back since March. That's my allegation. My opinion is she had been poisoning him since March, because that's when he started feeling the symptoms. Out of nowhere, because there was no other reason for him to be sick based upon his indications that it just randomly he started getting sick. Before deciding to install hidden cameras in their home, his lawyer said Chin was diagnosed with stomach ulcers. Oh my gosh, guys, that's sad. Gastritis and inflammation of the esophagus. Man, that is sad. She was really trying to take this man out, y'all. Y'all gotta be careful. Sad, some people have to install cameras in their own house. You can't even trust sometimes people in your own home, your own loved ones. Record shows that after her arrest, you posted $30,000 bail on Friday and was released from Orange County Jail. You was then reportedly served with divorce papers, as she should, and a restraining order requiring her to stay 300 feet from Chin and their 2 children. Good, because she was abusive to the kids too, apparently. Based on what the husband's saying, he says that anytime the kids said they had fun with the dad or they liked being around the dad, then she would verbally abuse them and be aggressive towards them until they said, changed their mind and said, oh, never mind, we don't like dad or whatever. She was crazy. She reminded me of that movie Mommy Dearest or whatever, the Mommy Dearest or Mommy Dearest, I think it was called. Chin also alleges longtime verbal, physical, and emotional abuse that extended to their 2 children. Wow. And then imagine, she's abusing her kids, abusing her husband, and then going to work. As a doctor, guys. It makes you question, the people that are your doctors and nurses, really, what is their life outside of their profession? How do they treat their family members? It makes you wonder now. That temporary restraining order was granted, though records show no charges have been brought against you in the alleged poisoning. Why not? There's video footage of it, of attempted murder at least. Yu's attorney reportedly told the New York Post his client absolutely, unequivocally denies poisoning her husband or abusing Chin and their children. The lawyer claimed Chin is trying to get a leg up in the divorce through these allegations. That is a bunch of baloney. There's camera footage of her doing it. He did not force her to put the Drano in her hand and then take, So like that again, that whole statement right there is just delusional on her end. You attended medical school at Washington University in St. Louis, Missouri, according to her office's website, works as a specialist in dermatology in the city of Mission Viejo. The hospital affiliated with you, Providence Mission, issued a statement saying they were aware of the arrest and are working with authorities. This incident is a domestic matter which occurred in Irvine, and we want to reassure our community that there has been no impact on our patients. Well, who knows? If she's poisoning you guys, her husband, what if she's poisoning her patients? You have to go back and look at they need to go back and look at all those patients that she dealt with to really evaluate whether she did anything to them or poisoned any of them. Because sometimes patients aren't always easy to deal with. What if she had a difficult patient that she didn't like working with and she poisoned that person? So I think they needed to investigate all the patients that she had been involved with, because she could have also harmed those people also. So she is due to appear in Orange County Superior Court for the domestic violence hearing on August 18th. So we will follow this case to find out what happens with her. I hope they do file charges against her. Let's take a look at this news video here on the incident.
Drano in his drink. In court documents, a local doctor says a secret camera he set up captured his wife, who's also a doctor, pouring Drano into his drinks multiple times to try to kill him. The disturbing...
That's crazy. And look, you can see him in the back there drinking. He's taking a drink of something. That drink right there probably had the Drano in it, you guys. That's crazy. He's in the middle of the camera drinking the Drano, not even realizing it. That's so sad. I would think once you start tasting chemical in your drink, don't drink that. I don't know why he continued to drink it, knowing he tasted that chemical taste.
Images leading to her arrest. Eyewitness News reporter Irene Cruz joining us live with new information on this strange case. Irene.
Hi, good evening. Yes, the husband says he has 3 videos of his wife allegedly pouring Drano into his drinks. He says she's been abusive towards their entire family, and he's even filed a restraining order. And in the meantime, the wife has been arrested. A shocking story out of Irvine tonight. Radiologist Jack Chen says he noticed a chemical taste in his drinks in March. He set up a hidden camera.
See, that's what makes me wonder. If he noticed the chemical tastes in March, that's when she started poisoning him. That's my belief. Second, why did he keep drinking it if he noticed the chemical taste? If I notice something off about my drink, I'm not going to keep drinking that for several months. So that's still a question in my head for why this man continued to drink this drink, knowing something was off about it since March. And he was having health problems. I would have just stopped drinking that stuff and figure out what's going on before I drink anything that's left unattended. I would have everything in an unclosed container that has not been opened until I figure out what's going on.
In their kitchen, capturing video evidence of his wife, Yu, allegedly taking Drano from under the sink and pouring it into his lemonade.
Wow, did you guys see her take that Drano under the sink and then pour it? And then she has the audacity, you guys, to say she didn't do anything and he's trying to get a leg up in a divorce. Honey, you the one made the unilateral decision to go pick up that Drano from under the sink. There's no way around that. That's you on camera picking up the Drano and pouring it into the lemonade. How does she think she's going to get around that in a jury trial? And I don't know why these officers are taking so long to charge this woman. It's very clear what she did and all the health problems that he was having, that this woman was intending to harm this man in some way.
3 separate instances in July. A doctor diagnosed Chen with 2 stomach ulcers, gastritis, and esophagus inflammation. The couple has been married for 10 years and lives in this Irvine home with their 2 kids. Yu, who also goes by Emily, works in this Mission Viejo medical building as a dermatologist.
Wow, they were married for 10 years, you guys. It makes you scared to really want to get married because you really don't know who you're marrying. And even if you're married with that person for 10 years, how do you know if that person can change on you? Like this woman who's supposed to be the love of this man's life, 10 years with her, and she's over here abusive and trying to kill him, basically. She was trying to kill him because she did it since March for several months. This woman, and she already knew he was coming home from all these doctor's appointments telling her he's getting ulcers and gastritis and all these problems, and she's continuing to pour the Drano in the lemonade. Oh, she had a mission. But that makes people really concerned about, who you're marrying. And do you ever really know who you're marrying? It's a scary thing.
Defense attorney told ABC News the allegations are false, but court documents of Jack Chen's...
Do you guys really believe what this woman's saying? She said the allegations are false. Look at her right here on the camera. With the Drano in her hand. How is this false? Sometimes I just question these defendants. She's on the camera right here. We can see her with the Drano in her hand. This is not a hearsay or a witness speaking. This is a camera footage. And she has the audacity to say it's not true. Some of these criminals, guys.
Restraining order outlined alleged verbal, physical, and emotional abuse. Chen claims she demanded massages, and when he refused, quote, she stepped on my head until I did and began hiding money from me.
Wow. When she didn't get her way, she reacted in violence. This is the second case we talked about today about a violent woman. We just talked about Courtney Taylor. Now this woman over here stepping on her husband's head because she can't get what she wants, so she having a temper tantrum. And now she trying to kill him because she don't like whatever he's doing. That is just sick. These women, it just shows not just men are abusive. Some women can be abusive too.
The statements also detail the treatment of their 8-year-old daughter and 7-year-old son, claiming she'd tell them, "You are so ugly, you look like a pig," or "You are a sissy."
Wow, guys, look at those words that she said to her kids. On the screen, y'all, she called her kid ugly and a pig. And this woman is a doctor who's treating patients, or a dermatologist who's treating patients. That is very concerning. So you never know who is over here treating you at these hospitals. They could be abusive at home, smiling in your face, giving you your diagnosis or whatever, and at home they're abusive to their family. That is some scary stuff, just listening to this story. It really teaches us, don't judge a book by its cover, and you can't always trust everybody, even people close to you. Some people may scheme to hurt you. Hi, Dinah. Hi, sweetie. Have you heard of this story? This story is crazy. Look what she called her kids. I'm sorry, guys. This is just, I am so shocked.
And would yell a phrase at them, meaning, "Go die."
She told her kid to go die. I'm done. I'm done with these stories. This is crazy.
Describes you using sleep deprivation to punish their kids. A criminal law
Wait, let's
specialist
rewind that.
eyewitness knew and would yell a phrase at them, meaning, "Go die." It describes you using sleep deprivation to punish their kids. A criminal law specialist.
Oh my gosh. So she would torture her children by preventing them from sleeping. Wow, this woman is evil. And you would think she spent all that time in school and, all these accolades, she would have some type of sense of dignity or something, or class. No. And they have a close-up of her, look, going into the sink to pull out this easy to pour Drano into her husband's, the man that she vowed to love for the rest of her life, pouring Drano into his lemonade, waiting for him to slowly die a horrific, long, drawn-out death, meaning for many months now, since March, he's been suffering, and she's enjoying every bit of it. This woman is evil.
Specialist Eyewitness News spoke to says the videos may not be enough to push the case in Jack Shen's favor.
Why? Can you guys please tell me in the chat why that's not enough to push this? Because to me, that is enough. You are putting Drano in someone's drink. You have a video footage of him drinking it. You have medical records of him sustaining many medical complications after 3 months of him enduring this, such as having ulcers and so forth. And these authorities are saying this is not enough? Wow.
Toxicology would have to support the fact that he had some foreign substance in his body that was poisonous, and it would have to be proven that it stemmed from her.
Which they can get. They have 3 months of that. They can just take tests from his toxicology results already. I don't know why. And first of all, I think his doctors failed him from the very beginning when he had all those health problems. They should have did toxicology tests from the very beginning. And another thing that he failed to do is to tell his doctor that he had been tasting some chemical like flavor in his lemonade, which would have clued the doctor in on maybe we should do some toxicology tests to see what's going on with this guy, what's in his system. I don't know why. I feel like the doctor failed him. And I feel like he didn't give all the information he needed to give to his doctors. And I also feel like he just wasn't really being aware of what was going on. He kept drinking this lemonade, even though it tasted like chemicals. That's just weird. I would not keep drinking something if it doesn't taste right for 3 months, or how many other months he's been doing this.
Given Chen is a radiologist, he also has access to medications and substances.
So I wouldn't be surprised if she comes back and says, "I didn't put that there." If there's any foreign substance in his system, that was planted by himself as part of this whole setup to get custody of our kids.
Yeah, but it can't defeat the part that she's on camera pulling out Drano and pouring it into his lemonade, which you can see on the camera of him drinking later on. So even if she comes back with that, there's camera footage of her pouring Drano into his lemonade, and they can have an expert come up and testify to talk about what can be the possible effects of someone drinking Drano over long periods of time, like months. What are some type of health complications they experience? They can have an expert testify to that, and if those health complications are in alignment with what he's experiencing, I believe they have a case. I don't know why they're so scared to push this case. Maybe because she's a doctor and they're afraid to go after a doctor. I don't know.
Chen has filed for divorce and wants full custody of the kids.
I think it's going to be a very toxic and messy divorce battle playing out in family law court. There's just no limit to the lanes that both sides will go in order to try to win, both on the asset side and on the custody side.
And I really pray to God, you guys, that she doesn't get custody of those kids, because clearly she's abusive based on the words that we saw, calling them a pig, sissy, and go die, and then she's making them stay up all night without getting sleep, causing sleep deprivation. I don't think she's fit to have those kids in that house. So my prayer is that she does not get custody, and that at least if the officers or the judicial system is too afraid to go after this girl criminally, hopefully the family law court will see those video footages of her pouring the Drano in the cup and realizing this woman's not mentally sane and she does not need to be around kids, because she is not good for those kids.
Now, Yu is out of jail tonight and charges have yet to be filed. She was being held on a $30,000 bond. Documents claim that Yu asked her husband to bail her out of jail. He says he refused.
As he should have refused.
Reporting live, Irene Cruz, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Irene, thank you. Hello.
Yeah, guys, that story's crazy, huh, guys? Isn't that crazy? It just makes you realize you can't trust even the people around you. And she's a professional. Doesn't make sense. It's just her both parents who put their kids through sleep deprivation. They're alleging it's just her, that she's the aggressive person and that she is abusive, and that whenever the kids say anything nice about the dad, she does like abusive things like that, calls them names, causes sleep deprivation. And yeah, Dinah, isn't it crazy? She's a doctor, high class assignment. Isn't that crazy? It just makes you really wonder. It makes you really, when you go to the doctor next time, you're going to be really questioning, okay, how is this person at home? Who am I really dealing with? You know what I mean? You never know who you're really dealing with. It makes you realize you can't judge a book by its cover, number one. Number two, even people close to you may not really have your best interests. That's some scary stuff to realize. This story was really an eye-opening, sad story. Well, this would be proof against her getting custody. Right, Dinah? That's what I was thinking, Dinah. If they don't prosecute her, which I think it's weird that they wouldn't, but if they don't, then just showing that video footage of her pouring Drano into lemonade is evidence that she's at least not fit to have kids around, because she's endangering those kids too, because what do those kids go into the refrigerator and drink the lemonade? You know, not just him having access to that refrigerator, the kids have access to it. And they might say, oh, I want some lemonade. And they drink it, and then now they have health problems. So you're right, Dinah. Maybe this way will play out in child custody. We will see. Hopefully they will continue to give us more information regarding this story, because I'm very interested to find out if they actually prosecute this woman. I hope that they do, because she needs to be in jail. All right, thanks guys for watching. Take care and have a blessed night.